Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of SkillCraft. Today, I'm going to be making a shop, so let's just head straight over to the mall. Between episodes, I have been AFKing at my bee farm, or semi-AFKing, because if you've been watching, you know it's not automatic, and it's actually produced quite a lot of stuff, and I'm going to set up a shop in the mall. Perfect glide. Right over here. I'm going to set up a shop here that's going to sell honeycomb and even some honey balls because my farm was that efficient. And so here is a bit of a mess of shulker boxes, and this is what I'm going to be building with. So let's just get started. I don't know what theme I'm going to go with, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. Although it's obviously going to be something honeycomb related. So let's start with some of this. I think this is a pretty good design so far. Just this floor needs changing. You know, it doesn't fit the whole rustic style I've gone for. So let's change that out. And here is the finished build. I've added the nice birch floor. And here's the product. We got honeycomb, 1 diamond per 16. And that is a full barrel. Over here I have honey bottles, 1 diamond per 16. I mislabeled that. It needs to be 8. And this one's empty. It's just for decoration. Over here I have staff only because this is just where I keep my spare stock. So I definitely need some more of these. But I also need to rename this. So let's change the sign. There we go, I've changed the sign, but when I think I get more of these, I'm gonna up the per stack, so it'll be 1 diamond for 16 bottles, whereas now it's 8 because I don't have a lot of them. And there is a drowned here. Hello, drowned. Weird. And he dropped a full set of leather with like so much durability. You know what? Let's just leave that there. You know, I don't really want that. Okay, right. Where am I going? I'll probably go back to my base. I don't know what I'll do, but I'll go back to my base. You know what? I know what I'll do. I'll get mending. I'm gonna get a ton of mending books so I can set up a shop. Oh, also since last time, we got a cleric, which is very almost leveled up, so we can get XP. Because, well, I've got 21 at the moment, and I always seem to be quite low on it. And they also trade redstone, which is, well, I have a redstone shop, so that's pretty useful. Well, I've been trading some sticks, and is this the mending guy? I think this is, yes. Oh, also this book, you'll never guess what it is. Unbreaking, like, what? That is a crazy book, so I've got on that. And, let's get some of these, just get as many mending books. Unfortunately, he didn't level up. But I need some more emeralds, and then we can level them up and see what that final book is. Also, put this unbreaking on my elytra. That will be very useful, because at the moment it just has mending. I will also probably sell unbreaking. That is a smart idea. Passing by here, I noticed this. Replete Steam's added a donkey. Oh, that's great, actually, because, well, I haven't really got around to filling these. And also, there seems to be a cat here. So I don't know, maybe we should name that actually. Yeah, I'm gonna go name that. Let's get a name tag. I don't have a name tag. This is not good. It might despawn. I don't even think we have a maxed out villager as well because yeah, look, they trade name tags. Yeah, let's just go for this. Oh, that used quite a lot, but you know what? It's worth it. It's worth it for the cat. I've put it in chat. Let's see if anyone will give me a name because I don't really have any idea. I'm kind of stupid actually. Gertrude. Okay, maybe. I'm kind of stupid actually. I could just tame it. I need some fish. Oh, I don't think I have any fish actually. Alright, well, we're going with Gertrude because, you know, why not? Pretty ugly name, to be honest. I mean, it's a lovely name if your name is Gertrude. I'm sorry. Anyway, right, let's name this cat because I don't actually have fish, but if it's named, it won't despawn. Then I can tame it. Boom, Gertrude. I think I've actually got enough mending books now because, yeah, I've got quite a lot of them. To be honest, I probably should use some of them on me, but none of these have really any good enchantments. So I'm going to wait until I have 30 levels so I can start enchanting some of them, which might take a little bit. I actually need one more thing. To make the shop, I'm going to need, and the villagers are going to bed. Right, it was literally just nighttime. I needed these bookshelves, and damn, I'm one away. Go on. Okay, wait. Hang on. Hang on. I want to see what this other book is. Curse of Vanishing. Ooh, that could be some tricky stuff. Anyway, we got bookshelves. This is gonna be useful for actually making the shop. Because we're making a bookstore, gonna be sort of similar style to this, but without the honeycomb and obviously more book related. Because what else am I gonna put it in? Like, of course it's gonna be a bookstore. And here it is, the bookshop. It's pretty bland at the moment, not gonna lie. But yeah, hopefully it will get better when I put some more books in. I thought I had a creeper explosion. But we got mending at the moment, 3 diamonds per book, and we got that many, 10. And I'm breaking, which we have none of, but I will go get right now. Okay, I've added the mending books. Here they are. I only got 8 because that's all the villager would trade, and I ran out of emeralds, so great. I've also added a bargain bin of 1 diamond per book, and in here is 2 books at the moment, Impaling 2 and Feather Falling 3. That's actually a good book for 1 diamond, so that's why I call it the bargain bin. Basically, those are just spare other random books I get, but those are gonna be the 2 main sellers probably. So I might put a few fortune books in there as well, just because, why not? I have them, I might as well get some. Maybe a few Curse of Vanishing. So some will probably be completely useless, but some will be a good deal, like Fortune or Feather Falling. Now that those shops are done, I'm back at my Wild West town, which isn't really much of a town. Basically, there is 2 buildings, not much of a town if there's 2 buildings, and the path just kind of ends at this stage here. So what I have done is I have brought all the way back and terraformed. I need to add the red sand at the moment, but I'm gonna fill that in, and then we're gonna add some more buildings along there. Except that's not happening in this episode. I know, sorry. That's gonna be happening in a short. So, by the time this video comes out, hopefully that short is up. So, go check that out. And at the start of next episode, I'll go back over it and just show you what I've done and do a few of the interiors. Because, well, I'm not going to do that in the short. But for now, we need to sort of prepare a little bit. So, I'm going to fill that red sand in. And thankfully, I have quite a lot of it. Yeah, I don't really know where I got all this from. I guess it's just terraforming. We will start with the lights, so we'll put them there. And let's get placing. And there we go. We've got everything. Well, okay. Some starlight hit the ground too hard. That's an interesting death. Okay, right. Next we got a path to fill in. Now I've done it about 6 or 7 wide. That's 6 wide. I've done it about 6 wide. I thought it was 7. I might just expand that a little bit, just so I prefer working in odd numbers. And let's continue this path all the way down so there is plenty of room either side. We'll also need to get rid of those trees probably. And I'm also going to expand it this way. Though I'm undecided where I'm going to put buildings here, because I kind of like that I can see out through that direction. But it might kind of look a little bit weird, so I don't know. I'll see, but that's a future problem. I might put like a graveyard, that way it's kind of low, and you can still see these buildings, I can still see over, but it looks like there's something there. Anyway, long story short, I'm making a path. And there we go, a perfect little runway. No, it's meant to be a path, but it does kind of work like a runway, which is pretty interesting. Now that that side is done, I have to do this side. Then we can do a few more fun things to this build, and that will be like putting up a lamppost and little things like that. Some water towers, I think, some on the building, some just freestanding. I think that'll be pretty fun. We can just go through, add some nice small details, so that once all these buildings I'm gonna put here are done, this is gonna start looking a little bit closer like to being finished. Although I don't think it will ever truly be finished, but yeah, we'll start looking closer. And now the other side is done. Now these paths aren't completely finished, because like I've done here, I'm going to link them up to buildings. So at the moment they do look a little straight, particularly this one because, well, there's like a hard line there and a hard line this side. But hopefully once we start getting some like doorsteps, like they're gonna break that and they'll just have bits like branching off, and that'll look hopefully pretty cool. I'm also thinking of putting like a building here. You'll have a building here, and then some kind of pathway that leads off down here, and down over to there for some kind of building over there. I'm not sure what yet, but I'll think of something. That's how I like to plan my builds, is kind of just have a general layout in mind and then build whatever I want in those sort of spots. And that's exactly how I've planned out this whole town pretty much. I just know that I want buildings along here, and buildings along here, buildings along there, and just things like it could be cool to put something like submerged into this uh, cliff, because I don't know, that could look cool. I don't know what, but yeah, that could be cool to have something in there. That's kind of how I plan out everything. It's just I think this is a good spot to put something, but I never know what I want to put there. For even more examples, here is this just nice big flat open area that I terraformed, and I don't know what I'm putting here. I don't know what anyone else is going to put here, but there's a lot of available space, so that's kind of how I plan builds. Quick side note before I go on to building some of the details in this place. Uh, they've updated Minecraft Bedrock, and now I don't know if you notice a difference, but now there's a smooth animation to crouch, and it's really weird. I don't know why, it just throws me off. Just I'm so used to it, just like jumping. It's weird. Anyway, let's actually build some of these details I've been talking about. So I've added this street lamp design. I quite like the design, but I'm not sold on the placement. As you're walking in from this direction, which I don't actually do, but I hopefully, well, basically, I typically either fly in or walk in from this direction, but presumably there's going to be some buildings here, so I'm not going to be able to do that. So this is going to become the main entrance, hopefully in the future. And if this world was kind of like in a showcase, this would be the main entrance. So I want things to look good from this angle. And this is just kind of in the way, and I'm not sure. So it might move, it might not. It might even just move slightly back here. Actually, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And there we go. That is much better. It's just in the way less when you get to this sort of angle, which is much nicer. Yep, I'm happy with that. Let's move on to the next thing, which is going to be a water tower. I want to put a water tower on top of that. Now, there is actually plenty of space up here, so let's just get building it. For some reason, the design I've decided to do uses a lot of barrels. I'm actually gonna bring that up one extra than I planned, just because I want to be able to see it from over the side, and I'm not 100% sure if I will. So let's make all of these barrels then. There we go, 8 barrels. Barrels are quite heavy on the wood, so let's hope this does look good. Let's add a cap to the top there, and we'll add that, and it actually looks kind of goofy up front because I raised it up one. But let's hope it looks good from the side. Here's the real test, and it's barely visible. Okay, I think it looks kind of good from there. Um, I don't really know what to do about this. Should I just leave it as it is? Should I lower it again? Um, I'm gonna take it down. I think it. Nah, I don't like it. But while I'm up here, I've left this little stump, which I'll come back to later. Water storage container number 2. Let's try again. This time I'm going to build a freestanding one here. And this is a design I do have already done, and it shouldn't be blocked by any stupid like ground level stuff. So let's get going. Oh my days. Oh my jeez. It's not even the fact I'm dead. It's the fact he blew up my path. my path I'm gonna now have to fix. Oh, I hate creepers. And there we go, all the damages have been fixed and this build is finished. I say that like it took an extremely long time, it didn't. I think this is a pretty good looking water tower. It has a ladder to get up to a lever that does nothing. It also has spilling over water, which also does nothing and makes literally 0 sense for a water tower. I don't know why it would just be spilling out like that with a massive hole in the side. But you know, this is Minecraft. It doesn't have to make sense. So, some things have changed. I've moved that sign again because I put another lantern thing here. So I moved it back to where it was originally. I also added these little fences, which I think I'll repeat throughout the town. But it's a little difficult with no buildings. So I guess I just have to wait till there's some buildings here, and then I can actually start doing that. So I'm going to do a slightly different project. I'm going to move over to the entrance sign. That is going to go here. And I found a pretty cool design. I'm going to go with like a fortified sort of look. So it's going to be like a Wild Western style fort with two big towers here, and then a bridge over the middle, and a gate that will be open. Won't actually be functional, but to be honest, first I think I need to flatten this out. Okay, here are the logs I'm going to use. I'm going to go with spruce and oak. Those are the ones I'm going to mainly be using for this. And let's lay out a bit of a design then. Okay, so these are going to be the two pillars on the side. This is what I'm going to go for, a bit of a wall design. There's one of these at the top and then one of these at the bottom. Now I just have to decide how tall it's going to be. 7, 8, 9, I reckon. So I just went ahead and did it. So here it is. This is our western gate to the entrance to our empire. I'm pretty happy with how it came out actually. It's inspired by a western fort. So we've just got two pillars. You can't actually get into them. There's no way to the top bit. Although maybe I should add one. But yeah, this is the gate. So it's just gate. It's always open. Doesn't work. And it's got a western banner. So that's, I didn't really know what else to put, but I know I wanted letters, so I chose western. I also connected the path, but there's a few more things I want to do because, well, it looks a little flat and it's just kind of here. So the mine, around the mine, I did all these rocks, so I think I'm going to continue it just around a few of these around here. And I'm probably going to add a few like fences, things like that, like lamps, because I've got all of these on the floor and they look ugly, so I'm going to move them. Okay, so I've done my best to sort of fill out the area and yeah, try and light it up as much as possible in a concealed way. And yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Personally, I think it looks better from this angle. Probably like here, it looks quite cool. And here I've added a campfire with some steps, which I think is pretty cool. And I added hay under it as well, hay bale, so it goes even higher. So all of this technique I've used here, I'm gonna have to repeat it across everywhere, which is gonna be a bit of a task. But it should make it. It's gonna make it look a lot better. Just this area alone just looks so much better. What is that creeper doing up there? Well, thanks for watching this episode, guys. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.